My topic today is don't get scared, get ready. And these are my my airplane headset. And it's interesting. It's kind of a gloomy day today here in Colorado, and it's rainy and overcast. And if you're a pilot, you don't take off and then decide what you need to be prepared for. You get really, really clear on what's likely going to happen in the future. So I can look out and say, hey, listen, I'm going to have some visibility issues. I'm probably going to have some icing. I need to know where that icing ends so that I can determine whether or not I can climb to the clouds and be up in the blue sky area. I need to know where I'm going. I need to know what the winds are when I get there. I need to know how much fuel I need to have on board. I need to know what the weather is going to be wherever it is I'm going to make sure that I can navigate that safely and have a successful flight. If I, on the other hand, decide, I think I'll just take off. I think I'll be good, right? We'll just figure it out. And I am not prepared for what's coming. I don't have enough fuel. If I don't know that I'm flying into icing, and maybe I'm even an aircraft that can fly into icing, here's the thing: you're in trouble. And so what I would ask you all to do today is not to get scared about the future, because the same thing is happening in the real estate market. Don't get scared. Get ready. Don't get scared. Get prepared, because the truth of the matter is when it happens, and it will, whatever it is, right? We'll talk about that here in a second. When it happens, it will be too late for you to get ready. Unlike this time last year, when there was so much uncertainty, I might suggest that there's very little uncertainty, right? I love the quote. The quote goes a little bit something like this: when everyone is greedy, be fearful. When everybody is fearful, be greedy. Right? That is a great investment strategy. So as I look at, there are essentially two different people that are going to transact in any market, right? Those people who are consumers, they have a need, right, to buy or sell. Like I got kids, I've got people moving, I've got a new job, whatever, right? Like there's a need, and they are going to transact. And then when the market changes, you have different investors that are going to react. When the market is going up, those people who invested and purchased when the market was down are going to be likely sellers. And when the market begins to correct, now you have entering into the market people who are likely buyers. So I don't think there's a lot of uncertainty going on here, right? Here are the facts. We know that we have inflation. We know that interest rates are going up. It's just part of the deal, right? We can see the inventory begin to climb. Great, awesome. That's something, right? And days in the market are ticking a little bit. Things are staying on the market just a little bit longer. Maybe those folks that have just tested the market, maybe that didn't work out so well. We're starting to see some price adjustments. Not a reason to be afraid. Okay, like I just want to be super clear. This is not a reason to be afraid. It's something to look at, just like the weather, right? And I'm going to take off. It's something for you to get prepared for. And so when the market adjusts, what happens? Well, there are opportunities in every single market, and it's up to you to prepare for them. Are you going to be the one that takes advantage of those opportunities, or are you going to be one of those that just lets chance, accident, luck, unluck, determine whether or not you're going to succeed or fail? So right now, the thing that is I'm seeing coming, right, is this whole opportunity for investors. If the market truly does adjust and it becomes more of a buyer's market, and we begin to see the prices drive down a bit, it's going to be a great opportunity for investors. Remember, interest rates are going up. So ultimately, it's going to be harder for buyers necessarily to buy, right? And there may be few buyers in the market, right? That's not good for sellers as well, further driving down the prices. It'd be a great opportunity to pick up some properties if I'm an investor, right? But you need to be the investor's agent ahead of when it's time to invest, right? Once it's all of a sudden the opportunities are available, it's too late for you. And we all know agents who in the last downturn did really, really, really well. And the reason they did so well is because they were prepared. So what are some ways you can prepare? Well, number one is build an investors list. Great opportunity for you to make phone calls to your entire database and say, hey, listen, we're seeing some indicators. We don't know necessarily what's going to happen, but in an effort to make sure that I serve my clients best, I'm calling to find out, are you an investor? is there going to be a point in the marketplace where you are going to have some extra capital to invest in the real estate market? There's lots of people who, and I can't remember the actual stats, but it's a majority of the multimillionaires in the United States have their wealth in real estate. Just saying. Okay, so a smart strategy, but what a great opportunity for you to pick up the phone and connect with people. I might start putting together foreclosure lists. Right? Sending out something weekly or monthly saying, hey, here's what's going on in the foreclosure activity list. Listen, we hear it over and over and over. That foreclosure activity is beginning to increase. I'm just saying. Doing it now and being the voice of what's happening in foreclosures so that if something happens in first quarter, second quarter of next year, people go, oh yeah, Carrie's been sending me a list of those things for the last several months. Contact your banks. Folks, what a great opportunity to contact your banks and just say, hey, listen, I'm a successful real estate agent in the marketplace. I'd like to send you some information about what it is that I do and why people use me and why I'm such a successful real estate agent. I've got a team, I got a brand, I got great marketing. And what they're looking for is somebody that can best represent them, right? And help them. What a great opportunity to be the go-to source. By the way, many of you are in resort markets and people are very, very affluent, very successful people. What about building a fund? Could you go out and say, hey, listen, if you are an investor, would you ever be interested in sort of contributing into a fund where we buy a pool of properties with a bunch of other people? Just an idea, but a great way to get after it. Using iBuyers. Listen, I know that we have had, and we've kind of watched everything happen, especially in some of these sort of bellwether markets, where many of the iBuyer programs have stopped. I don't know if you all saw the report, but like in markets like Atlanta and Phoenix, Zillow is selling properties at about 8% below what they bought them for. That is a bad strategy for shareholders. Just going to say it out loud, right? But what that does is it indicates to you that there's a problem with the iBuyer product, and that's really, really simple to do when you are when the market is going up. Not so simple when the market is going down. So you got to be much smarter. However, having access and being known as the agent that can buy properties immediately is a very interesting strategy when you represent investors, right? So, but I can't just one day decide, like, down in the future, oh gosh, I have all these investors, so now I want to be the go-to source. No, you got to do it now. You got to get ready, right? So when the market does change and I'm a seller and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, things on the market, like they're staying on the market for a period of time. And so I may go to an iBuyer program and say, hey, get me out of this house before I have to go into foreclosure. Well, now you've created some incredible opportunities as the first person that they go to. Also using your RealSure. Like, listen, folks, we have funds that we can help sellers remodel their homes and get them on the market. What a great opportunity to be the investor agent. Obviously, your CRM is a huge piece of this. You've got to have your CRM buttoned up. Many of you that I work with directly have got great CRMs, several thousand people in your CRMs. We all understand somewhere between 6 and 9% of those people are transacting in some way. It's just incumbent upon us to reach out and connect with them in a relevant way. But if you don't have a CRM, you are straight up leaving it to chance. And right now is a great opportunity for you to fix that. But fix it now. Your online brand is critical. I don't care if their mother referred you. The bottom line is they are going to Google and they are going to search to see whether or not you are a real agent, whether or not you are just, you snowed mom, or if you actually are a pro. And your Google My Business account is the thing that will differentiate you. I'm going to tell you right now, the numbers are north of 98% of the people are checking online to determine whether or not you're a professional or not. So you got to get that figured out. Bottom line, you're never going to catch up. You're never, ever going to catch up. Just like in the airplane, like once you're in trouble, you're in trouble. Okay. Don't wait to be in trouble, but certainly don't be scared, right? The market goes up, the market goes down. There's lots and lots of successful real estate agents that have stood the test of time. The reason they've stood the test of time is because they didn't get scared. They got ready. Hope that helps. Talk to y'all later.